Hi, this is Pooja and we are here to talk to somebody who we all love. He is an RJ, an actor, a comedian, a model and whatnot. Let me introduce you to Puranjit Das Gupta, popularly known as
Where is that
RJ Mantra.
নমস্কার, আমার নাম মন্ত্র পুরঞ্জিত দাশগুপ্ত আমার ডাক নাম. It's just that oh yes, whenever somebody calls me by that name, I generally turn around कि भाई किससे बात हो रही, but and most of the times when I'm getting paid, मेरे check उसके नाम पे आते हैं. So it's in a way that Mr. Puranjit Das Gupta is my boss. But look, you've done your research, Pooja.
Yes,
Are you
I have
feeling?
done my research. It feels brilliant. to sit
Cheers.
here.
This is green tea with Pooja.
Yeah, welcome to our show. So, should we start?
Please go ahead.
The first question. Your father is a very well-known publisher. So where does the inspiration of becoming an RJ come from?
Well, we deal in words, don't we? So what do booksellers do? What do publishers do? They are the people who run the world of words, and that's exactly what I did too when I came to the field of radio. But very frankly, मेरा ज़्यादा association नहीं रहा था with my publishing background sort of way. I was not born in that culture. That is in Calcutta, where my hometown is. But I was born in this place called Indore, Madhya Pradesh. It's the heart of India. Hindustan ka dil dekho. So I belong to the heart of India, and that's the reason why my association with my publishing side is not that strong. Although I love books, I love the smell of books. Even in the world and the day and age of e-books, where I am doing voiceovers for e-books, in a way, publishing line ko hi main ek taraf se aage
Right. So was this dream of becoming an RJ? Was it there since the childhood?
I'll be frank with you. I was always a storyteller. I always had an opinion about anything and everything, and I'm sure all of us do. But very few have the vocabulary, or very few have the will to express them. I was one of those who had. मेरे शब्दकोश में, मेरी शब्दावली में, मेरे vocabulary में इतने शब्द थे, इतने words थे जिनको मैं पिरोकर to weave them into stories. So yeah, radio happened randomly, but in a way you are right. I think I was born to do that.
So how did you get your first break?
Radio itself started its new phase in the year 2000. When the private FM, as we today know it, ये जितने भी हैं, Radio Mirchi, Radio City, Red FM, Radio 1, ये सब private FM का हिस्सा है. And private FM started off in the year 2000-2001 in the city Indore, जहाँ का मैं रहने वाला हूँ. So naturally Indore, Nagpur, ये सब B-tier cities कहलाते हैं, या technical language में सीधी बात ये है कि कोई भी product launch होने से पहले हिंदुस्तान के बड़े मेट्रोज में इन बी टायर सिटीज में लॉन्च होता है, रिस्पॉन्स उसका देखा जाता है, एंड देन इट बड़ा लॉन्च किया जाता है इन अ वे. सो इंदौर वाज द सिटी चोजन फॉर द फर्स्ट एवर प्राइवेट एफएम रेडियो स्टेशन, व्हिच वाज रेडियो मिर्ची बाय टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया. एंड आई रिमेंबर इन द ईयर 2000 I was working for the Taj group of hotels. उस टाइम पे एक होटेलियर हुआ करता था, and how I shifted from the hotel industry to the radio industry, it'll take another interview altogether for you to know that. But yeah, the break happened when I was on duty one evening at the Taj, at the reception, and this gentleman who had come down to Indore to do his research on radio and private FM, he heard my voice and he said that, would you like to be a radio jockey? And I said, sir, what are you talking about? Because there was no RJ in those days. There was no private FM. There were only announcers on All India Radio. So I said, yeah, RJ kya hota hai, sir? Then how he initiated me into the entire radio culture and how I became the first ever private FM radio jockey of the country is a long story. It's been 15 years, so yeah, it's 2015. Wow.
Nobody would have expected that.
So if that gentleman wouldn't have been there that night, I would have still been a waiter in some hotel. So opportunities come knocking at different time, different zones. Be ready to grab them.
So how is the life of an RJ to somebody who is going to become, or who aspires to become an RJ? What would your piece of advice?
Well, like they say, radio is a blind man's television. Netrahin ka chalchitra hai radio, where you paint invisible paintings on an invisible canvas, and your listener sees those paintings. So in a way, a radio jockey is a Van Gogh. In a way, a radio jockey is a Sanjay Leela Bhansali, who is painting huge pictures, but on a canvas which does not exist. So an RJ who aspires to be a radio jockey needs to know that he needs to be a very good storyteller. A storyteller is what you need to be, someone who himself has an imagination which he could reflect or inflict upon his listeners. Apart from having a good vocabulary, just the way I said, you need to be happy to be a speaker. I mean, lots and lots of people keep their emotions to themselves. Radio jockeys are the ones who should be expressive, great vocabulary, enthusiasts, but most importantly, they need to be painters of mind.
Okay.
For example, I mean, for all the people who are watching this right now, a radio jockey can create a magic.
Yeah.
For example, look at this rabbit over here, sitting on top of this table. Now, that person might not be seeing a real rabbit, but you can see a white rabbit. Can you see a white rabbit? By the way, look at this girl standing right on my left. Yeah, there she is. She's wearing a pink salwar kameez and she has this beautiful bindi with a golden embroidery on her top. You could see that. Even though there was no girl and there was no rabbit. That's what a radio jockey does. You have to paint pictures which are there or else at the same time not there.
So let's talk about your debut film.
You can go now. I take my job too seriously.
Yeah, so Tum Mile.
Yeah.
When your fans actually saw you on big screen.
They thought that the radio jockey has a face even.
Yeah. So what kind of response did you get then?
Brilliant. See, I'm an actor. I've been doing theatre for around 15-20 years. My mother's been an actress. She's so I associated with performing arts. Let's call it performing arts. यार acting कर लो, radio पे radio jockey बन जाओ, theatre में जाके आप काम कर रहे हो, voice over artist हो. I believe the world is my playground. The world is my stage. And I get to perform anywhere and everywhere. So on radio, I was there, but I was not seen. On films, I came, they could have the chance to see my acting capacities. Television happened, comedy circus happened, so I merged theatre with television, doing different characters, playing Behrupias, playing different roles. So that's what my all wish was, and I think that came true with Tum Mile also. Tum Mile was personally a great experience because that was my first film. I had no idea what was happening. So, but I fared pretty well. So yeah.
Yeah, everybody loved you.
Yeah, I was doing that. When I died at the end, a lot of people said that we shouldn't have died. But then guess what? I've been almost. I think the next movies also that I'm doing, they're going to kill me in the end. I don't know what these director producers have. Murdering mantra.
Alright. So which of these is your favorite one? As in, you love hosting, you love the radio jockey part, you love acting. Which one is the favorite?
Pooja, like I said, the world is my stage, and I just change mediums, but I continue to do the same job. I mean, right now we are on camera. At the same time, I could have been on radio, but this is exactly what I would have been doing. If I would have been playing a character, I could play any other character. I would be doing. That is something that actually I enjoy more at times when I get to play different characters, when I get to play different roles. Because, like I said, that you could have been a doctor or an engineer or an architect or transgender or a principal, whoever. But as an actor, we become that every day, every moment. So I became everything. Ma, I'm a doctor, I'm an architect, I'm everything.
Alright. So the last thing, what would be your piece of advice for every media student?
Wait, man, wait and watch, because most of the time we don't know till the end or till the time that what we want to do exactly. You know, we all we go ahead and we train ourselves into some other medium, and then by the end of the time we have to start our career, we become something else.
Right.
So many of my science friends are today doing accounts. So many of my accounts friends are doing art. So many of my art friends are doing art. Yeah, they didn't shift. So yeah, so at the end of the day, wait and watch, man. Everybody has a different destiny, so don't try to be anybody else. I don't become a Sanjay Leela Bhansali or a Mahesh Bhatt or a Shah Rukh Khan or a Salman Khan. Be yourself. Be yourself. बड़ा पेचीदा लगता है सुनने में. It sounds so cliched, but this be yourself is actually you have your own destiny. You have it. It will by default come out eventually. So उसको ही उसी के पीछे पड़ते हैं ना, rather than I want to be this, that.
So that was RJ Mantra for us, and let's see what he has to talk about us. Maybe.
Oh, brilliant! Let me tell you, this was awesome. These girls came to take my interview, but they were good enough to go into the kitchen. They made their own tea. They finished all my Maggie, and Vedanti is already asleep by now. Somebody please wake her up. And Raisha is just trying her makeup in my makeup room. She's used all my crayons. And and Pooja, she tried her best. Her green tea is still not over. All the BMM students, best of luck, guys. You guys are the future. Basically, आप आगे चल के मुझे नौकरी देने वाले हो. So study hard. Best of luck.